Traffic turmoil strikes Padre Island. Neighborhood News reporter Aaron Holly has details on city leaders scrambling to find solutions ahead of a busy summer season. Plus, as protests persist, Governor Greg Abbott has deployed the National Guard. What Texas City will see demonstrations next? Find out just ahead. Chris 6 News at 5 starts right now. Thank you for joining us. I'm Clara Benitez Cortez. We'll get to those stories in a moment. But first, Coastal Bend neighbors woke up to a welcome sight this morning. That's right, we're talking about some rain. And while the storms have subsided, we could see more as the week continues. For more on much needed moisture, we welcome in meteorologist Diamond Dixon. Diamond, what is in the forecast and when are we going to see some more rain?
That's right. Oh yeah, we have plenty more rain, especially for tomorrow. Now Thursday is going to be more of that rainfall that we're looking forward to. So the heavier rainfall, that anticipated showers that we're expected to see, as well as thunderstorms. Now today we had some good old showers and thunderstorms overnight into our early morning. We have our live look outside our CCAC camera. We're looking Snoopy's Pier with sunshine, but we have that rainfall returning overnight again. So currently we're at 90 degrees here in Corpus Christi. We're still feeling like that triple-digit weather of 100 degrees. East wind around 13 miles per hour, but Doppler radar showing us the last 12 hours. You can see those showers and thunderstorms that we had moved through our neighbors. Now it's going west to east. We really felt it in Corpus Christi overnight. You probably felt it in your neighborhood as those showers move through, taking a little bit of a wider scope. So we're not out of the clear just yet because we're going to see a similar round headed into overnight after midnight that will last through our Thursday afternoon. So I'll be tracking those storms with you, so don't go anywhere because I'll have your full forecast coming up.
Diamond, thank you. Well, it's out with the old and in with the new on the city's south side, but with construction comes debris. And some neighbors are fed up with the mess. Projects at the Old Carroll High School and Sunrise Mall have left loose debris around. Some have expressed concerns about hurricane season when those loose materials can become dangerous in strong winds. Neighborhood News reporter Tony Jaramillo spoke with a concerned neighbor who lives near the old Mary Carroll building.
When you're looking at winds in the excess of 45 miles per hour, you know, they start getting into tropical storm and above. That is going to generate some potential flying hazards. So whether they're controlled or not, that's something that remains to be understood.
The city reminds contractors of their responsibility to secure all materials. If they don't, the full cleanup costs could be billed to the property owner.
Traffic. It's something we all deal with on a daily basis, but island neighbors are concerned about excessive backups at one intersection. I'm Aaron Holly, your Padre Island Neighborhood News reporter, and I took these concerns to City Councilwoman Kaylin Paxson to find out if there's a solution.
Island neighbors like Rita Corpus, who works at Padre Isles Hair Salon, say they've noticed a lot more traffic at the intersection of SPID and Aquarius.
We are right off the causeway or the bridge, and it's the first business you see. In the summer months, there's tons of traffic.
Corpus tells me last weekend that horrible traffic was backed up all the way to the HEB in Flower Bluff, miles away.
The traffic is horrible. In the summer, it's more people are going to Port Aransas, and you know, we need another route.
I took the traffic concerns shared by Rita Corpus and some other island neighbors to City Hall.
Right now, what we're experiencing is, I believe, the island, and specifically this issue that we're seeing right now with the traffic, is it's demonstrative of where we are in our phase of growth.
Corpus Christi Councilor Kaylin Paxson says the second causeway to the island would be a long-term fix, but many who live on the island want to know if traffic at this light will be an issue all summer.
What exactly is the city working on now to try to help mitigate this issue?
Right now, keeping that light at, again, that's about 4 times the amount of allowable green light passage anywhere in the city. So they recognize it. They have maxed that out because they see that it's congested.
In addition to maxing out out the green light length, Councilwoman Paxson also says another solution is in the works.
And we're going from Park Road 22 in Aquarius over to Park Road 22 in Commodores. So where it starts to go into 361, if you were to turn that direction, there's a paper street there. I think that's going to alleviate some of that traffic as well.
A paper street is a blueprint of a street on paper that hasn't been built yet. Councilor Paxson says 2 paper streets are in the design phase, which she says would be a more direct route to the beach, helping break up some traffic congestion. Economic Development, she says, is still working on the funding to start construction.
Councilwoman Kaylin Paxson says the light at Aquarius Street is set to the maximum green light length at peak times for the rest of the summer. Details on alternate routes will be on our website, KRISTV.com. On Padre Island, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Erin Hawley, KRIS 6 News.
After facing criticism, the city of Corpus Christi will shell out over $4 million to fix animal care services. At last night's city council meeting, the council approved a budget amend in the amount, including $2 million of interest earned on ARPA funds. KRIS 6 was the first to report that dogs were being euthanized and taken to the city dump after the cremation unit failed. One of the many problems spelled out in a Citygate report that found 170 items the city needed to fix. Mayor Paulette Guajardo says she asked the assistant city manager about it and says it was a financial surprise.
We find funding like this, it's kind of like a gift because, it wasn't something that was planned.
The funding will go towards items such as new AC units, a new parking lot, 3 new employees, and a director. The case of Joe David Padron, the man wrongfully convicted in the 2002 shooting of 2 Corpus Christi men, is facing another delay.
I was ready, and they're not ready.
That was Padron's reaction Wednesday when the hearing on if he would be retried was delayed once again. 6 investigators learned the delays are because the district attorney's office does not have access to critical case files. In 2017, former district attorney Mark Gonzalez ordered that all felony case files and work files from 1994 to 2010 be destroyed, and those files had no digital backups.
It is a problem because the writs can go on for a long, long time. And the policy should be and is now that we do not destroy files as long as they are alive or still in prison.
Padron's hearing is scheduled for Tuesday, July 22nd. Tune in tonight at KRIS 6 at 6 for the full story. Governor Greg Abbott has deployed the National Guard in Texas in response to a flurry of anti-deportation protests in cities across the Lone Star State. Scripps News Group's Alex Miller has the latest on demonstrations here in Texas and across the nation.
Protests against the Trump administration's immigration crackdown growing across the country. From Los Angeles to Las Vegas, Denver to Dallas, thousands of protesters taking to the streets. In Chicago, a tense moment as a car sped through a group marching downtown Tuesday. Arrests have been made in at least a dozen cities, including over 300 in Los Angeles since Saturday. Mayor Karen Bass declaring a local emergency Tuesday and issuing a curfew for downtown Los Angeles after more than 20 businesses were broken into.
And just the extensive, widespread nature of the vandalism, we reached a tipping point.
Marines now standing by there in addition to National Guard troops deployed by President Trump. The White House defending its show of force.
Right now in California, what we're doing is working by bringing in the National Guard, by bringing in the Marines right now to back them up, to protect our federal buildings, to protect the highways, to protect the citizens.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott saying his state's National Guard will be deployed and will use every tool and strategy to help law enforcement maintain order. A protester in Chicago telling us she sees no reason for that in her city.
It's peaceful for the National Guard to come. There's no reason.
While protesters say demonstrations have been mostly peaceful, there have been incidents of violence and vandalism in multiple cities over the past several days. Alex Miller, Scripps News Group, New York.
After months of riding an economic roller coaster, the United States and China are close to agreeing to a trade deal. President Trump broke the news on social media this morning, saying, quote, "Our deal with China is done," end quote. It's still subject to final approval from Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping. The deal was reportedly reached following high-level talks between representatives of both countries in meetings in London, and comes after months of tense negotiations and tariffs between the two world powers. There are dozens of nursing homes across the Coastal Bend, but none of them are specifically targeted for veterans. A new project aims to change that. On Wednesday, Nueces County commissioners voted to support the specific veteran-only nursing home. Neighborhood News reporter Stephanie Molina spoke to a Robstown neighbor whose father served the military for over 2 decades on what they thought about the idea.
Having people that would know the difference between military and civilian life would be an amazing thing, especially for our veterans that have given so much to their country.
No decision has been made on where this potential nursing home would go. The deadline for the county to apply for this state and federal funded veterans-only nursing home is April 2026. A glaring need in the community being answered. Coming up, we'll show you the state-of-the-art fire station that will help save lives. We'll be right back.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
The old fire station number 3 on Morgan needed some improvements, and this new building answers the call. I'm Tyrese Boone, your Bay Area neighborhood news reporter, speaking with responders and neighbors about this fire station and how it will help everyone involved. A round of applause and cheers from first responders to city officials and supporters outside the new fire station number 3. Chris 6 News reported before, leaders believe the former station, built in the 70s, could not hold many responders or vehicles overnight. Speaking to first responders like Chief Brandon Wade, he says the new firehouse can.
That is one of our special operations stations in which we house a rescue company here. They do everything from rope rescue, collapse, you name it. If there's something difficult and challenging, the rescue is going to go.
According to Wade, Station 3, which is located near a higher older population, is one of the busiest. He says that distinction supports the need for a new and bigger fire station.
The need to have the right type of station to respond out of is highly important. We can't expect our employees, like our firefighters, to do the job we expect them to do if they don't have the right equipment, the right facilities.
The $11 million project gives these crews more private sleeping quarters, an exercise area, extra rooms for vehicles, and a training area so they can be ready to jump into action. As for neighbors who I spoke to, they tell me they believe the new station will be a positive for the community.
By adding that, I think it'll be very helpful to the elderly, to myself, and to others, most definitely.
Zanoni says there are 2 fire stations that are expected to have construction coming up soon. In the Bay Area, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Tyrese Boone, Chris 6 News.
Tyrese, thank you. As the new Harbor Bridge project nears completion, more closures are coming to your roadways. Starting tonight at 9, the connector ramp from northbound State Highway 286 to northbound I-37 will be closed. Crews are installing overhead signs along that route. Drivers should be aware of construction and prepare for potential delays. The closure ends tomorrow at 6 in the morning. And speaking of the roadways, it's time to take a look at your live traffic report. Diamond, how's it looking out there right now?
Well, thank you, Claudia. We're taking a look outside. SPID at 514. Traffic seems to be moving pretty smooth, and we can see some of that sunshine beaming on the roadways. We'll take a look at our local roads to see how we're doing traffic-wise. Well, from Portland to the Harbor Bridge, we're looking good and green. No issues there. We look at Ocean Drive. There's a slight minor slowdown. We just saw SPID there on our Skycam. Looking pretty good for the most part. It looks like a minor slowdown in some of our areas there, and a little slowdown north of South Staples as well as north of Airline there along Saratoga. And we take it on over there. Waldron Road's looking good, as well as Flower Bluff Drive. So you seem to have a pretty good commute if you're headed out on the roads. I'll have your full forecast coming up. Welcome back there, Coastal Bend. Meteorologist Diamond Dixon here with the live look outside our What a Sky Cam overlooking Whataburger Fields. It looks great outside right now. We're going to enjoy the sunshine while we can before our storms and thunderstorms make a return overnight a little bit after the midnight hour. Right now, temperature-wise, we're hanging out in the 80s along the coast and low 90s for Corpus Christi, all the way through to Alice as well as Beeville, George West, San Diego. Definitely warmer as we go out a little west there by Cotulla. And of course, south near Hepburnville. Current winds, nothing too much as far as right now. We're looking at about 10 miles along the coast, 13 for here in Corpus Christi and 14 in Alice, with an east-southeast and southeast pattern still pulling in moisture, which is also kicking off some of that shower activity. Now today we saw more of that marginal risk of flooding, which would be on the lighter end, and 2 for slight more like Beeville. Now what you'll notice is that tomorrow more of our northern neighbors are going to see more of this rainfall, and we'll still be in that marginal risk for Corpus Christi. Slight risk there for Refugio, as well as just a little bit north there of Three Rivers. But for the most part, our more widespread rain is happening tomorrow. Doppler radar showing us the last 12 hours of those showers and thunderstorms that moved through our neighborhoods overnight. You probably heard that thunder, saw some of that lightning as well. Well, that's what's going to be the similar pattern as we hit to our more midnight hours and into our early Thursday morning. You can see that line of showers and thunderstorms that moves over and moves well east of us and to the north. But the good news is that it was some beneficial rainfall that we're getting, and we'll have slight daily rain chances through the weekend. Nonetheless, Thursday is going to be our best opportunity. You can see on our hour by hour, we'll be in the low 80s tonight, with that rainfall kind of peaking again around the midnight hour and lasting through our Thursday morning, looking around 5 a.m. and not impossible to rule out those afternoon showers as well. Rain chances for the next 24 hours once again look most prominent after we hit our midnight hour and increasing into our Thursday morning, and tapering a little bit off by the afternoon, so you can expect a rainy day tomorrow. You can also see on Future Tracker as we hit the midnight hour, you can see those storms that are situated well north of us will then start to move more east and grace our northern neighbors there. And then we'll start to see more of that action there along the coast and here in Corpus Christi, as Rockport, as well as Kingsville, before those showers move out the way by tomorrow evening, and we'll be left with some of that increased cloud cover through our Friday. So as far as that chance of rain, we're looking at once again the best opportunity tomorrow, with low chances through pretty much mid next week to where we are today, with those rain chances coming back into the forecast. As far as that potential rainfall, well, we're looking to get a nice amount through Friday. Of course, over an inch is what we're looking like for here in Corpus Christi, about 1.5 inches. And if you want to see what some of our neighbors got through our weather network here, we're looking through Tempest. Kingsville saw over an inch and a half there at Bishop Badger, and similar story there for Rockport, over an inch as well. So we did see some good rainfall for our neighbors. We'll continue to see what that rainfall looks like as we near the end of the week, when we kind of accumulate all of those rain totals. You'll want to stick around. I'll have your 7-day forecast coming up.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
Welcome back. It's stifling, it's uncomfortable, and most importantly, it's inevitable. The summer just beginning in the Coastal Bend. The city of Corpus Christi is teaming up with Reliant Energy to help you beat the heat. It's the 16th year that Beat the Heat centers and cooling technology are available to neighbors. One of the location is at the Lindell Senior Center, where a press conference was held today to announce the program. Everyone in attendance received a free Arctic air cooler.
We purchased 100 of those for the program, and on July 19th, we'll be handing out 400 box fans to the families that come.
The July 19th event will be at Greenwood Senior Center, which is another cooling location at other 2 cooling centers areas at the Ethel Airlie and Oval Williams Senior Centers. Well, Flag Day is just around the corner, and if you want to represent the Stars and Stripes, listen up. Our annual Flag for a Flag exchange event is this Friday. Here's what you need to know. Drop off your old flag at one of the locations on your screen, and you'll receive a brand new flag for free. Your flag has to be at least 3 feet by 5 feet or larger. Again, that's this Friday, June 13th. For more information, you can head to flagforaflag.org. Now let's take a look at our sky cams scattered across the coastal bend. Thanks for spending your hump day with us on Chris 6 News at 5. Should you expect more rain this week? Well, we have those answers when we come back. Well, welcome back to Chris 6 News at 5. Before we let you go, we want to take a look at the rainstorm we had today. Now, drivers on a morning commute along SPID got good use of their windshield wipers. I know I did, and if you happen to be rolling through 6 Points this morning, you can probably see the splash along this sidewalk here. Well, it may be dry for now, but don't put that umbrella away because we were talking about when we're going to have some of that rain.
Yeah, that's right. Tomorrow is our more expected rainfall. It's heavier than what we saw today. And we can see kind of throughout our 7-day that tomorrow is more prominent for rainfall. But you don't want to give away with that umbrella just yet or your raincoats because once again, we'll have some daily rain chances through the weekend. Those are going to be pretty small, but we're really going to look at Thursday as our main rainfall day. We heat up by the weekend and into early next week as well. So you can expect a warm one.